We are back here with Juliana Korver, 5-time world champion and multiple world titles in Frisbee sports. Juliana, you're back on full-time tour.
Yes, I am.
How are you feeling about that?
I feel great, and I feel very blessed with the health scare that Jim had this off-season, that we can both be here.
Amazing. And 2 weekends ago at OTB, so far on this year's tour, the longest throwing course, and you're not known as one of the farthest throwing players. However, we saw some amazing distance shots, but really great course control. Placing third, Elite Series event, how does that prepare you, and what does that do for you internally to go into the next competition?
Well, I thought that the distance might come up from 2 weekends ago, and I want to plead my case a little bit here. I think perhaps the fact that I throw very, very low, my shots don't look that impressive, but I don't feel like I'm giving up distance to the average of the field at all. In fact, I would put myself slightly above the average of the field. I'm not the farthest thrower, no, I'm not saying that. But I'm definitely not on the low side of distance. So I don't think that a long course is a disadvantage for me.
Thank you for shedding some light onto that, especially for all the females out there of all ages watching. Being young, being in a protected age division, I think that's pretty motivating. So how did that inspire you for this weekend?
Well, to be honest, the better I do in the beginning of a long stretch, actually, perhaps the more nervous I get, because it perhaps makes me think I can reproduce it. It makes my expectations go up a little bit, and that can be dangerous. So, I want to do the best that I can, and I was ecstatic with my finish 2 weeks ago, but I actually wasn't thrilled with my play. I could have done better. So I'm relieved that I feel like I can still play with the division. Sitting at home for months, watching everybody play, it felt like the division was just escalating and getting farther and farther away from my current abilities. And so I was really scared to come back out. And I didn't know if I'd end up at the bottom of the pack or not. And so taking a third place, podium finish, just kind of makes me breathe a sigh of relief and say, okay, you've proven that you deserve to be here and you can be here. Now, hopefully, get all those expectations out of your head and just go have fun.
Wow. I know I got the goosebumps there and very motivated. Thanks for sharing that, especially about your feelings at home. And then just one last question for me, kind of going back to that. You had mentioned Jim had a little bit of a health scare, pretty big, severe health scare that you guys have come through together. He's here with you on tour. How does it feel having him on the bag?
I feel very, very blessed. I'm so happy to have him with us, and in more ways than one. Gosh. And sing his praises a little bit. He played his first tournament back after quadruple bypass surgery, and he won at CTEC last weekend.
Hey, Juliana, Grand Selner, PDGA. You are obviously a multi-time world champion, now playing against a completely different field of women. Can you talk about the role that experience plays week in and week out for you, since that's clearly an advantage that you have?
Maybe, but my experience is outdated. The girls, the 18 to 23-year-old girls out here that have been on the tour for a couple of years have far more experience in today's disc golf than I do. So I guess I have life experience, though I've always sort of been on the naive end of things, so maybe I don't even qualify for there. I've played plenty of tournaments, so I have a peace of mind during tournament play, but I still feel like a newbie out here to the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Hello, Juliana.
Hi.
One last question for you. I'm going to throw you a change up here. Overheard that you participated in the Polecat World Championships out in Golden Gate Park in California. Polecat's been around for quite some time. You did not throw the updated version of the Polecat. You threw an older Polecat. Talk to us about the disc and talk to us about your experience playing that tournament.
I love one disc rounds. I love when you are forced to make the disc do whatever is necessary. And I just think that is so much fun. And then it really teaches you angles and height and all of that kind of thing. So yes, I used a DX Polecat that was given to me last year by Jason Steffen, who got me into the sport decades ago. And at the Des Moines Challenge, he put it in my hand and he said, "You really need to be throwing this for upshots. It's a great disc for you." And you know, with all my experience in the overall world, I've thrown Zephyrs for accuracy, and it's got a similar profile, and it just does what you ask it to do. And yeah, I mean, the Halo version of the Polecat is also great, but I was more comfortable with the DX, and I spent some time in the field, and I liked the DX better. And I was the only one on the feature card that I was on throwing DX. Everybody else had Halo, and it was fun. I can't wait to do it again next.
Is it going to be in the bag this week?
I have been carrying it in the bag during practice. Maybe.
Thank you very much. Good luck this week.
Thank you.